Just like he told me to get to suck something from a hose, and he didn't even pay me.
Oh gosh.
What?
What an asshole.
Suck.
What a
How much
dumbass.
payment did you want for sucking a hose?
Oh, it was because he said he'll give me like a lot of protein if I sucked it out of a hose, and he was like, nah, it's cool, it's free of charge. I'm like, oh really? I didn't even have to pay him. He didn't pay
Just
me.
put this sweet blindfold on and just stroke away.
Oh, and no short film for the Winter Soldier.
No,
DVD
I got
release.
that. I got
Okay,
that.
you got that. Cool.
One, here, hold on.
I don't even know why. I mean, I don't know why people are so mad about that.
No, that's because
You know why?
They're just mad because they're not getting what they wanted.
This,
what they
this
expected.
episode, in case I'm lazy to edit, might be starting with Sean talking about hose sucking, so I don't know how far we made it in.
Oh, nice.
You know, see,
this is prime vintage CBC.
This
Our
is
meat
how
is
we
back.
know I'm back, where no fucks are given.
classic CBC talking about me sucking dick again.
It happens. You know, I actually got a comment of someone saying that he was upset at the lack of dick talk while I was running the show, to where I'm like, I'll try and dick it up much harder next time.
Joel runs a
Joel loves the
respectable
hard
business.
dicking.
So much dick.
Alright, so here we go. Welcome, everyone, to episode 119. Yeah.
The return of the army.
I am back. Wait till X-Men Talk for next episode, because I want to make that a giant spoiler cast, so the show doesn't last like 2 hours like they have been for spoiler cast, because that gets ridiculous to render.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it does. I know, because I've had to render the show myself. It's a pain in the balls.
He knows the struggle.
It is a struggle, you're right.
So, I am, of course, here. I'm back. I'm here with Joel,
Hello.
Matt,
Yo.
Shay,
Baby Yoda.
Yes, please, more Baby Yoda. I hope that becomes our next big thing.
Yoda.
That's funny.
Mexican Joe,
What's up?
who has now been named JoJo Binks.
Oh, I know Anthony's gonna like that.
Because we all have a nickname, be it Joel Mall Cop, Shit Dick Sean, Slaver Matt, Manchild Armin. We all need nicknames, you see.
Jojo Binks.
There's
I was in a
JoJo.
oh wait, Joel has
You're
more
the
movies than
character
me.
that Mitch hates most because you're just CG'd.
Aw.
Wait, Joe, so that means Jar Jar Binks is your stand? You're now JoJo.
He's his spirit animal. Oh my god, Jojo Binks' Bizarre Adventure.
Oh god.
Right.
We can make a web series right there.
I would watch
Yeah.
the shit out of that.
I'm replacing your picture on the poster with Jar Jar Binks.
Oh god.
Oh god.
It's all the hazing you can get.
Misa love you, Misa, a horrible
Hey,
abomination.
you know I'm serial because look at my George Lucas image on Skype.
Oh, he is. He does totally has a Lucas thing
Yeah,
on.
just take our word for it.
Yeah, we're looking at him right now.
Oh man.
Him in that turkey neck.
Oh my god.
And somewhere George Lucas is just like, I've been quiet for a long time. Why is everyone still mad
George
at
Lucas
me?
just sitting there with a can of Raid trying to spray a hooker in his crawl space.
I need like 6 cans.
I was like,
Lucas is like, I don't even do anything anymore. Why is everyone mad at me? I sold Star Wars.
I bet
What
you
more
right
do you
now
want?
it's just him and Rick McCullum in fucking Vegas banging hookers with all their money.
Oh god.
All day and all
CG
night.
hookers.
Fucking
CG.
McCullum's like, no, how many more hookers can we fit in this room? It's not dense enough.
But Cullum doesn't like hookers, he likes watching Lucas bang the hookers.
Of course.
I was about to say, fucking Rick McCullough just goes, this bitch isn't dense enough.
And as soon as Lucas rolls his sweaty ass off the hooker, he goes, I think I might have gone a little too far in a few places. But I can't go back now.
Oh my god.
Then him and McCullum stand in the kitchen of the hotel room trying to discuss how it's poetic.
And as always, Jar Jar is key to everything, even in banging hookers.
They literally just bust out Jar Jar dildos and start just being
Oh
about
god.
everything.
Oh.
Go from slightly comedic with Jar Jar to your dick up her asshole, and
Misa have French tickler.
No, it's that creepy popsicle that you're having to tongue freaking Jar Jar. You press the button and the tongue comes out and it's a lollipop. Ah.
So this is a comic book podcast, right? Not just a George
Classic
Lucas and
CV.
podcast.
I thought we were just gonna insult George Lucas for 30 minutes and call it a day.
Honestly, I would love that podcast.
So, first piece of news we're going to discuss, some 6 minutes into this podcast. Alright, guys. So, Marvel is officially doomed, and they should shut down because Captain America the Winter Soldier does not have a one-shot. I mean, it's over, man.
No,
It's over, guys.
Game over, man.
Are people actually saying that? I
Yeah.
haven't-
Yeah, people
No.
are saying that. People are
Yeah,
saying
people
that.
are saying that now.
Without
They said
irony.
DC won.
Well, here's the thing. It's like, with Marvel, they've had a pretty rough week the last little while, what with Riot and all this other stuff going on. I think knowing that there was a short on the DVD could made a lot of people smile. Now it's like, no, and you don't get a short either. Christmas is canceled.
Like, a lot of people are like, but Marvel has to do this. I'm like, bitch, they did it just because they wanted to. It's like, they don't have to do anything. Captain America's good enough to stand on its own. And what else do they need, really? Like...
There was a prize inside. It was like a Kinder surprise.
It was like those Cracker Jack things.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
And,
but
like,
the Cracker
anything
Jack's
affected
got
by-
shitty.
Like,
Yeah.
anything affected by Cap 2 is like explained in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So
Yeah.
there's like
Yeah, that's
no
why you
real
kind of
point.
don't need it.
True.
That is
True.
their short. You have to watch the whole season of
Yeah, just to
S.H.I.E.L.D.
get it. and who you calling Cracker Jack, Sean?
Well, you don't like that movie?
Is it me? Am I Cracker Jack?
Now,
You're Cracker Jack.
I've already seen people say, "Oh, Marvel's done with the shorts." I don't think they are. Guardians is probably gonna, feature something. I think
Ooh,
they're
some
just
with the
too
Nova
much on a time crunch right now.
You would imagine so. And again, a lot of stuff happening with
l-
them.
I mean, let's talk about it for a second. I mean, to produce this one shot, they would have to get someone to do it, right? They're right in the middle. They're gonna start shooting Agent Carter. They're gonna start shooting the second season of Shield, and they're gonna be shooting Daredevil. Including Avengers is still shooting, and they got to start shooting Ant-Man eventually, hopefully, sometime soon. So
Here's
Yeah,
hope.
so they're
Yeah, they
pretty
got a
busy.
lot of stuff on their plate.
yeah, they're
They
pretty
should just
busy.
they should just like give it to DC because DC need the work. So
But dumb Tish, classic Matt.
But then they would ruin the one-offs
Well, okay,
by attempting to throw everything into one movie.
Do we want to talk about more of Marvel, like dick baggery and dick swinging? Because,
We kind of have to because it's been that sort of week.
Here we go. So
Yeah.
Marvel comes out swinging their dick with their 75 anniversary poster. Fantastic Four and X-Men, nowhere to be found.
No.
That's amazing.
And they're going out of their way to remove all pictures of them off their property, so nothing
there's
around the offices or anything. What are we trying to do, a shutout?
Marvel are fucking gangsters. Like, they're just like, yo, you guys ain't giving our stuff back? Alright, then we ain't gonna show nothing from anybody. X-Men or Fantastic Four. Y'all go, toys? Psh, y'all ain't getting none of that. Y'all,
They're
you're not running this
basically
corner.
They're basically acting like the mob. They're like, Fantastic Four, X-Men, the fucking turncoat rats. We do nothing with them.
Seriously, Marvel is basically just big dig bandits. That's all they are.
More or less.
Like,
But here's my question. Do you think that this is even a smart move on their part? Because it's like, Fantastic Four, there's
I think
talks
so.
that they're going to end their book or at least put it on a hiatus.
You
It's
know
like,
what?
do
I
the
think it's
comics
great.
really impact the movies
That's
that
what I
much?
thought. I was like, they don't really, unless like it would help Marvel, because if the movie actually if it actually did good,
If it did good.
if it did good, people might actually want to buy the Fantastic
okay.
Four.
I mean, we could talk about that for a second because guess what? X-Men has done phenomenally well. It's the most successful X-Men movie so far. Guess how much profit Marvel is seeing? Zero.
like-
Yeah.
yeah, it's very very razor thin.
I mean, and
Yeah.
the people that are buying the comics right now are the ones that already seen the movie. It's not going to turn any people around because comics keep sinking money, every month. So,
And I mean, it's not like they can cancel or put all the X-Men books on a hiatus. There's like fucking 15 of them.
right. So I'm pretty sure that this Fantastic Four thing is just to literally like rub salt in the wound to be like, no, fuck you, we want our rights back.
There seems
Yeah.
to be a lot of that going on where it's like, what is it? Fox messes with Sony with Spider-Man. Friggin' Sony gets Goddard back from Marvel to them. Now Marvel is fucking with Fox. It's like a big circle of dickbaggery of guys trying to one-up each other.
I mean, I'm glad you said it because Sony and Marvel are a little like more hand in hand because at least they're producing toys and shit. Like there
They're the
hasn't been
other
new
two.
X-Men or Fantastic Four toys in ages. Besides
Yeah,
that new
there's
exclusive,
no
like,
Days
First
of Futures
Class.
Past toys.
Yeah, there's
None.
no.
nothing. Like there
No
is a
action
complete
figure line.
shutout of that.
Why would we want toys of Days of Future Past anyway?
To which I'm sure people are like, well, it's just toys. It doesn't matter. Actually, toys matter a lot in Hollywood. And when you make stuff like that, toys are the sweetest plum. You definitely want a cut of the toy sales.
Right.
But would they, let's say if it does good, the Fantastic Four movie, would they still want to, like, they know they're being shut out, would they still try for a sequel, or did you be like, you know what, F it, just sell it back?
Well, let's see. The thing is out a year from now. It's going to be shipped to theaters to come out in 2 weeks. There's been nothing on the movie. I mean, this is Daredevil from 2 years ago all over again.
Yeah, I'm gonna be really. I'll be really interested to see if a shutout like this works at all, or if the Fantastic Four movie ends up being successful in spite of it. I mean, everything we've been hearing about the Fantastic Four movie has been confusing at best and disheartening at worst. And I wonder if this is like Marvel going, can we push them over the edge a little more if we just do no Fantastic Four push whatsoever in the comics? Make it so people aren't even thinking about them.
I mean, I've talked countless times about how much I love Silver Surfer and how much I think that character alone deserves some respect. So... But I think Marvel's looking way past... I don't think Marvel wants Fantastic Four. They want Surfer, Galactus, and Doom.
Yeah, they want the cosmic stuff.
Right.
Yeah, the Skrulls, get them up.
I mean, really, Fantastic Four not even relevant anymore.
No,
really.
no one... I mean, Fantastic Four, new comic comes out, it's in the top 20 with an issue 1, and guess where it's going after that? Bottom, like, 100, so...
Yeah, I mean...
Like, they are not relevant.
They got James Robinson on the newest run, which should have been amazing, but from what I've heard from you guys and everyone else, it got really lukewarm reviews.
It's bad.
And it's confusing as shit.
Well, I never read it, so...
I hope you weren't the one reviewing it.
Well, you know what? Speaking about the cosmic side, Josh Brolin cast as fucking Thanos.
Holy shit!
Oh yeah! And when it was announced, I was literally like, that is fucking genius.
I've always loved Brolin, and I've always said he needed one great villainous role to make him like a huge household name, and I think this might be the one.
Did anybody expect this though? Like, it was kind of like a left field type thing, and I'm glad for it because he's a good actor and he's gonna be awesome.
Most of Marvel's castings are out of left field, and this is like one of those where you gotta stop and think about it and go, yeah, Brolin's scary, he's got a good voice, I could see it.
Not as scary as that dude from No Country for Old Men. Remember that bad guy from that?
Yeah.
I would have picked that guy.
You would have had Javier Bardem. But he's a soft speaker. He's a soft-speaking bad guy. Brolin can yell.
Now, you know, with Brolin here, you know, he's quite a good actor. He definitely has a screen presence, which, you know, with that news came that, yeah, Thanos is going to appear in Avengers Age of Ultron. You know, they're saying, yeah, he will appear in that movie.
Awesome.
So I definitely feel like they're hyping up Phase 3 to be the greatest thing ever.
And apparently he's got a bigger role in Age of Ultron than he does in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, wow. Here's my question. Again, they cast Brolin. Do you think he's going to be a mostly CGI creation providing the voice, or do you think they're actually going to put him in a suit?
I feel like Guardians, he's going to be CG in his chair and stuff, just giving an order or two. Kind of like maybe a minute or two. But I feel Avengers, they're going to suit him up and do all that good stuff.
Yeah. That would be cool, because we had the same thing with Ultron, where it's like, well, how much is the actor going to actually play in being Ultron?
And to be fair, you don't get Brolin and hide his face behind CG like you do Vin Diesel. I mean, Brolin is pretty damn, you know... He has a screen presence when he's on there, so...
Well, it helps that he looks like Thanos as well.
A little bit. He looks a little alien in his way. He looks like a rough-and-tumble alien warlord.
I mean, I'm not... like George W. Bush somehow.
A little bit. I mean,
remember that movie he did years ago?
I love W. I thought that was great. Now, I'm not saying
Oh, God, you did? Ew.
I'm not saying I got a man crush on Brolin or anything, but I'm just saying he looks very authoritarian.
Oh, man.
Yep.
Yeah, can't wait to see him.
But funny to believe that there was all those rumors running around about Brolin that he was in the running for Batman. I wonder if this is a bit of a Marvel.
Yeah, even said after Affleck was cast, he did say that he was in the running, but he backed away.
Huh.
I wonder if this is why.
No, until they saw the money.
Yeah.
I would say if they gave him a chance to be Batman or the ultimate bad guy, Batman's been done to death. Thanos is going to be
he got fucked over by DC before, so...
Oh, yeah, that's right, with Jonah Hex. I never even thought about that. Hex is fucking Thanos. That hurts my brain.
I forgot that Jonah Hex even existed.
Me too.
Only if that movie was good.
And as I said before, Josh Brolin was perfect casting for Jonah Hex. It just sucked the movie was terrible.
You should watch that movie again.
Let's never watch that
Let's
movie.
not.
You remember all my pirate puns? Never again.
I
Let's
never
watch Dylan
watched
Dog
it.
then.
Let's never watch Dylan Dog.
You guys promised me. No, but anyway,
Sean's gonna have a temper tantrum over Dylan Dog. You promised, you promised, you promised.
Yes, we did promise that, Sean, but we said you have to take care of it.
Hey,
We're
Sean,
not
you know what
touching
else
it.
I promise? That I'm
What?
going to be satisfying in bed. Not once has it happened in my life, so shut up.
We promised Dylan Dog, but we had our dicks crossed behind our
well,
backs. It
I mean, you and me
happened.
both have never been satisfied. My right hand gave up on me.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's good.
It quit halfway.
It got a cramp and was like, ah, I can't do it.
God damn, arthritis. Anyway.
So, speaking of Cox, Charlie Cox is Daredevil.
Hell yeah, he is. It's funny. We actually talked about this on the end of last week's show when it was just a rumor. It has since been confirmed. I dig the dude. I think he's awesome on Boardwalk Empire. Ironically, in that show, he plays a smooth-talking IRA member, and so which makes me think in the casting, they're like, wait a minute, IRA, Irish, Matt Murdock is Irish, he should be Daredevil.
Oh, shit, yeah, he
Confirmed.
was in Stardust. I'm just looking it up. I do love that movie. Now, here's my thing. He's clearly an up-and-coming actor. I mean, he has a bright future ahead of him. Like you said, Boardwalk Empire here was great. I'm putting bets on he's doing this, he's doing Defenders, and he's got a movie contract.
For a Daredevil movie, you
There's
think if it's
no
Todd
way they are
Martin.
willing to give this guy up if they're casting, a young up-and-comer. And Daredevil, let's face it, it's not going to be TV show only. Like,
Well,
Wouldn't
I
it
mean-
be like if like a movie contract? Wouldn't it be for Avengers 3 in a way? Because if that's where Thanos is gonna be, you gotta have everybody. You know what I
that's
mean?
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Obviously they got to phase out everybody. Like, everybody's contract is going to be running up. Why wouldn't
gotta
you
have
have
the
these
next
young guys
generation.
like Sebastian Stan that comes off from TV? You give him a huge contract and, well, you're with us for the next 2 decades,
Yeah.
The Age of Bucky. Yeah, I mean, Lord knows there's enough Daredevil stories to, to facilitate a TV show and maybe future movies down the line. I know I've said it 100 times before, but Daredevil was the most TV-ready Marvel hero
Yeah.
for at least 2 decades now. You got the great Bendis stuff, you got, later with the Brubaker stuff, and even now with the Wade stuff. Shit, even the Frank Miller stuff back when Frank Miller wasn't insane.
That would be good. And I mean, I think Daredevil can appeal to a lot more people than what people think. I mean,
Same.
it can appeal to obviously the superhero side of us who want to see him, do his thing. But then
Christian.
you have the people that are like gonna watch Dexter's and they're into that type of revenge.
It
Oh, you
be
mean
the
like Law and
crimes.
Order type of thing?
Right, but then you have the Law and Order crowd,
Yep,
which is
it's a
completely different to bring them into the Marvel universe.
It's
so.
a police procedural, it's a noir story, it's a crime story. There's a lot to Daredevil, and if they play him right, Daredevil could basically be Marvel's answer to Batman, which in
Oh,
many
hands
ways,
down.
in many ways he
I mean,
is.
since they won't do Moon Knight, the fucking asshole.
You know what? If Daredevil's a big success, Sean, they'll probably
Don't
do
forget,
Moon Knight.
he gets name dropped in Winter Soldier, so it's coming.
But one
Now,
thing-
would Daredevil be procedural? Because I remember when they're saying that it was gonna be like a long movie. You know what I mean? I don't know if it would be like.
I'm feeling it's going to be some sort of overarching mystery that ties into everything.
Okay, yeah, I can see
one
that.
big case.
But what
I can see.
about-
I can see that.
What about doing though his religious side? Because that was one thing you and I were talking about. Like, why would you not want to go through his
To the whole
religious
Christian
side?
and
But the thing is like right now we
More
still have
background
so
noise.
much turmoil with different religions. It's like, yes, that would be really good because that is a part of his character.
This is Marvel, and they're going to play it safe. They'll mention it, but it's not going to be beat you over the head. Jesus is Superman.
Well, they never did it that much in the
No,
comics anyway. I
wait.
mean, Matt Murdock was a
What are you
lax
talking
Catholic.
about? They never did that in Man of Steel. They never showed Jesus at all, especially in that fucking church scene where it was fucking pointless as shit.
I was gonna say, like, Matt Murdock's a lax Catholic. If anything, the Daredevil movie played it up bigger than it ever been, where, a good chunk of that movie takes place with him, in a church, and even the extended scene was, him trying to get back into church and everything. I don't think they're gonna do that.
Yeah, they're going to try to shy away from that. They're just going to, like you said, they're going to try to Batman him up, so I'm fine with that.
I'm fine with that too.
Dude, honestly, I just want to see Daredevil go to church, but it's like a gospel church, like a black
Oh
church.
yes, a
Yes,
soul
please.
church.
Yeah,
Yes.
and so like
You just want to see like Matt Murdock there blind going hallelujah.
yeah,
Yes.
like that would be sick though. Like, cause he's
He's
so
in,
used
like,
to like
fire
boring
clap
white
and
church.
Well, again, Matt Murdock in Soul Church, he could be like, I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but okay, I'm still blind, but
and then-
superpowers let me see.
Are they gonna film the other ones like after Daredevil, or are they gonna announce the castings like in a couple months or something, or like
That's
because I know they're all gonna be filmed together, aren't they? Like sort of.
Comic-Con's in a month, so I would imagine then.
Yeah, I would imagine they'd bring out the whole. They probably already have them all casted.
And speaking of Netflix shows, what is it? Clark Gregg was all up in the news because he wants to be on the
Hey,
Netflix shows
he wants
too.
to be on Iron Fist
I
and Daredevil and shit
guarantee
because he's a huge Iron Fist
Clark
geek.
Gregg fucking agreed to do a Spider-Man on Ultimate or whatever the fuck. So I guarantee if they ask him, he'll be running right over to that set.
He'll
Yeah,
probably
Iron Fist.
He's a fucking fanboy.
Yeah.
He's gonna
And,
teleport
you
his
know,
ass over there.
Let's look at this. He's trying to rebuild S.H.I.E.L.D. Why wouldn't he show up being like, hey, Matt Murdock, I hear you're, one of the new superheroes in town. A little
Yeah, or
low-key,
like
can I
trying to
get you?"
recruit Iron Fist or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Right,
He's
right.
like, hey, Danny Rand, what's up?
Yeah.
And, they could even drop that line in there being like, so what are you guys, like, heroes for hire? And they're like, we'll think about it, So I think that he's definitely going to show up. I mean, come on, it's fucking Marvel.
I mean, like, he's the one thread that ties. Well, except for Nick Fury, he's the one thread that
Right,
ties
and
all the
Samuel
Marvel
Jackson's
movies.
contract is, and let's not forget they could also bring in Maria Hill because her
Ooh.
contract for that show she was on is up. She has nothing to do.
Yeah,
would be fun.
How I Met Your Mother ended, so she needs something.
Yeah, something.
She needs some money.
She needs
It
that
just-
sandwich.
It just seems funny that Clark Gregg is kind of like negotiating this out in the media, like, "Hey, I'd really like to be on Iron Fist, huh? Huh?" It's like Clark Gregg's really got to work. Clark Gregg's hungry. Clark Gregg will do anything.
Clark Gregg will suck your dick.
Clark Gregg is like, "Give me a mop. I'll mop the floors at the Marvel Studios. I'll do whatever."
The floors and suck your dick again.
Well, that's a great deal. Who could
you
say
get,
no
you
to
get some
that?
clean floors and some clean dick all at the same time.
No clean floors and dirty dick. That's how Dirty D does it. Have you never seen Pootie Tang?
I have not seen Pootie Tang, but I feel like I should now after that. That's a glowing endorsement of Pootie Tang. Oh, wait, no, Chris Rock plays the dad in that. He was like, "Oh, Pootie Tang, I've seen that part."
I got that belt from a Piggly Wiggly. Like, why is it magical?
And thus concludes the Pootie Tang portion of the podcast.
Why is it have to conclude?
It can just be Pootie Tang from now on. A
You'll
full
get the
Pootie
Pootie Tang and Watch Dogs. Just wait, Sean.
There you go.
Yeah, we could do some hood rat shit while watching Pootie Tang.
Smokes with cigarettes and
Smoked with cigarettes while whipping people with my magic belt.
Oh, this is
Wow.
good. This is an old school comic book cast show now.
So what we're saying is Daredevil's main villain, Coney,
Ah,
Yeah.
tied us all around.
He's
I
coming
love.
back.
I love that after all these years, we're the only people who talk about Coney. I think
Hey,
that
hey, everyone made
Maybe
a
we
big
gotta
deal.
we gotta keep the legend alive.
we do
Yeah.
the Legend of Coney.
Yeah,
You know what?
That
He's
man
probably
was
not
so
doing anything. We
great.
should get him for a podcast. He can talk about child slavery and shit.
CBC Spotlight, episode 15.
We'll get that. We'll get the guy that like started it all, and he can go insane on the podcast and
Jack
like
is
start
pick
running
up-
around naked.
The best part
So
is
he'll
that I
be
was,
me when I'm drunk.
I was on Twitter the other day, and Max Landis was going on a whole rant about, social media and how it makes us not care. And he brought up Coney as the thing. He's like, no one's talking about Coney anymore. And I really wanted to write to him and go, dude, Comic Book Cast, we never stopped talking about Coney.
We should have.
Coney is our spirit animal.
Just in the wrong
Coney is
area.
our stand.
Yeah.
Every time I see Carl Weathers, I'm like, good old Coney.
We should get Carl Weathers in here. He'll be like, what the fuck are you guys talking about?
Don't you mean
Can we please
Coney
talk about Rocky?
Coney Weathers coming to a theater near you.
Coney Weathers. Yeah.
Tony Ridge.
Coney Weathers.
You just know some people
Is that
who have
so-
completely forgotten it or come to the podcast late. They're like, who the hell is Coney?
Go look up My Little Coney. It's one of our podcasts.
No,
and you'll
go-
relive it.
No, you'll know who Coney
It's
is. if you
probably
look
our
up
best
Eddie Granko.
podcast ever.
Hell, relive Coney 2012 and remember, like, man, people were stupid in that age of social media.
I know, but shit, man. Me and Tom trolled my ex-girlfriend when we were like saying Coney was the best thing
Yeah,
ever.
we
And
put up
it's just-
pictures all over your Facebook. She's like, "You guys are horrible. Like, what's wrong with Carl Weathers? He's our hero."
yeah, we kept explaining it to her. She was like, "You guys are sick."
So we got one more piece of news to talk about. Ant-Man. It's not going so well.
Oh, stop with the Coney shit.
Stop, Cody. This isn't how we do shit.
Oh man.
Stop the
And
Coney.
for
I
those
wanna get
wondering,
off.
I'm not going to fancy edit this. My internet keeps being fucking stupid and dropping. So yeah.
Are you sure it dropped? Are you sure it wasn't the NSA guy who was like, monitoring Skype calls? Like, no more Coney
That's
talking.
suspiciously right around Coney. What are they trying to say, huh?
It was definitely the Coney shit. Like, we kept talking about Coney, Pootie Tang, and other shit. He's like, I hate black people.
Government conspiracy.
He's just upset that Coney got a Kickstarter for reading Rainbow Dunn.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, you mean LeVar Coney? I love
LeVar Coney.
Coney Burton.
Coney.
If you actually go back and watch Star Trek, it's not Geordi, it's Corny.
No, Jordy LaConey.
Geordi and Coney.
Coney Montana. Say hello to his little friends,
Coney-
all of
So,
them.
Coney
as I
Coney
was
works.
kindly trying to say, we got one more piece of news before
Do
I
we
got cut off
actually?
by the NSA.
We're
And,
not
that
just
is
jacking off. We have actual news.
Ant-Man is in all sorts of fucking turmoil.
Yeah,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Some
I mean,
people are even saying, should they scrap the movie? And I mean, maybe.
they can't at this point. It's already freaking boarded. They're probably already working on special effects for it. At this point, all they need to do is find someone to just point the fucking camera, and the fact
I
that
mean,
they can't do
as
that
I
is
said,
shocking.
We can start a petition for us to to all do it.
Yes,
We'll do it
us
for free.
four. We will do it for free.
Yeah,
we'll
we'll do it for
sandwiches.
free.
Not even free. We'll do it for sandwiches.
Just put us up in a hotel.
Tom actually said he will just do it he'll do it for blowjobs that he gives to everybody. So, Tom's willing to take one for the team.
So hit him up. He's on Dynamic.
He's actually making dynamics just to show you how bad he'll blow you people.
What the hell do we think could possibly be wrong with Ant-Man that they can't seem to keep a director on it? There was
You know
talk that
what?
Adam McKay was on it, then he was off
I've
it.
been thinking about this. Don't forget Thor the Dark World went through 2 directors before Alan Taylor jumped on. In 2 directors in a month. So,
I think another thing that's happening is just kind of like, oh god, I can't remember his name right now, but there's a lot of people who have such respect for Edgar Wright that they don't want to take
Absolutely.
this away from him. Who is it that you're telling me that
oh, James Gunn?
James Gunn. They asked
Yeah, he
James
said
Gunn.
they asked James Gunn, and he said who would want to sleep with their best friend's girlfriend, so I turned it down. And I think,
Well,
You know-
depending on the sort of person you are.
I'm feeling like the thing here is, let's be honest. Ant-Man was in the works as early as 2003 with drafts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Edgar
before
Wright
the
took it
MCU.
over in 06 to current, and it probably does not fit the MCU the way Disney and Marvel wants it to, and he wouldn't budge, and, he decided to walk, and they were like, fine, we'll part ways. But, it's the corporate machine, it sucks,
It
and
really
yeah, they're
does.
gonna get someone to do it, and it sucks it's not Edgar Wright. But what really sucks is that everybody seems to be going, yeah, it's not working out.
It's the end of Marvel, guys.
Here's hoping they don't get like some predatory asshole director for hire like Brett Ratner,
I just
Because-
don't see why they don't get someone in house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
like one of their one of the guys who directed the
They should
shorts.
get
That
Clark
was the
Gregg
Yeah.
to do it.
yeah, Clark Gregg.
Again,
Hey, he's
Clark
a
Gregg
director. He's directed 2 movies, and they're actually pretty great.
True.
Was he seriously?
Yeah.
Yeah, come on, let Coulson direct it. Coulson
Okay.
will save us.
I got it because, what was it? 4 years ago, this exact situation happened to Fox. First Class was in all sorts of turmoil. No one wanted to touch it. Matthew Vaughn came on,
Swooped in.
fixed the script, cast everybody, shot it, and did all post in 9 months and put a great movie out. So if you really need to, go get Matthew Vaughn or fucking Rodriguez, because Rodriguez will do it for half a sandwich in 2 days.
Yeah, really. Again, it's like we hired Rodriguez yesterday. Oh man, the movie's already halfway done. Holy shit.
Dude, have you guys ever seen how Rodriguez shot the Machete movies or anything else he does? It's one take done.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
he does
he's,
not do double takes. Like, that's fucking insane.
he's crazy like that. It's one of those things where it's like whenever Rodriguez says like, "Oh yeah, we're starting production," that means he probably has it half finished on his computer.
Oh yeah.
Rodriguez just wills movies into existence. He doesn't actually direct. They just kind of
They
form
just pop
around
up.
him. They just form up. He's like, "Oh well, look, Machete 3, everybody."
In space, coming soon.
Spy Kids 6, the Who Gives a Fuck edition.
No,
Yeah,
Spy
that should've been
Kids
the first
3,
one.
the Who Gives a Fuck edition.
Uh,
Hey, I
Man,
got one
Spy
for you.
Kids 3 was
Amazing
one.
Spider-Man's Future. Who gives a fuck?
And
That's
Amazing
the title of
Spider-Man.
the next
No one
one.
cared.
But let's be like, the movie's still, Ant-Man is still gonna be a good movie. You know, it's
Here's
not like it's gonna be
hoping.
terrible. I'm assuming since they already have most of it done, they just need someone, like you said, to just
You know-
point the camera and all that. I'm still gonna be good. You know what I
Let's
mean? Even
be
if it's
honest.
not amazing.
At worst case scenario, this movie ends up being a 7 like Iron Man 2. At worst case.
And,
well,
and even then, it'll still make a lot of money just
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's like a month or two after
It's
Avengers 2.
it's a brand now. What worries me about this Ant-Man thing is that, you know, all this horrible director turmoil, for a lot of people who aren't as plugged in to the whole superhero movie thing as we are, for a lot of people, this is the first they're hearing about it, and I worry about that because Ant-Man already has a lot working against it just in being such a weird, crazy, out there character.
Yeah.
And casting so out of left field.
And it seems too that where, you know, it's like, I mean, has Marvel been too on top for too long now that when they're actually suffering problems now, they don't know how to take it? They're
No,
like,
I
"Oh my-
just,
they're like,
I was
what is this
so-
strange DC feeling we have?"
All the DC syndrome.
I think
No.
it's failure.
For me though, it's kind of like this Ant-Man problem is just the only problem they have that hasn't been fixed in a couple of days. You know what I mean? Because they've had some little problems in the past, but they fixed it really quickly. And this is one that's just more out there and hasn't been fixed
So
in a
what
couple.
we're saying is they're suffering from McGregor syndrome. Just like
Yes.
It's all downhill from there. You gotta find a little vial to save you.
Whenever a movie fucks up from now on, it has McGregor syndrome. But yeah,
And
it
Mr.
definitely...
Goblin
And
disease.
Mr. Freeze has the cure in his left arm.
Yep, just gotta get it from there. I know I certainly get the feeling that a lot of the doom and gloom we're getting about this Ant-Man thing comes from like an older guard of film journos who don't really like superhero movies and have been waiting for a chance to pounce on the golden boy, which is Marvel. Which could be true, could not be true, but it's definitely kind of interesting. Where it's like people have been waiting to find a chink in the armor for so long that now when shit's not working out for Ant-Man, they're like, aha, aha.
I still think this is just really the only public one. You know what I mean?
Oh,
'Cause,
for sure.
Yeah, like I mean, you've had like let's say Edward Norton, right? Like he left. You had
Yeah.
that one guy. I forget who played him. Like in Iron Man 1, the dude who played Rhodey. Like he
Oh,
left.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Terrence,
this,
the thing is, he was
Yeah.
a dick.
Ah,
He was a really
apparently.
big dick.
but
Yeah,
it's
so
just
you learn
like
more about
this is
it.
really the only public one that you know a lot of people are now seeing, and yeah, it sucks, but Marvel's gonna get over it. They're, you know, they are.
At worst case, they go, you know what? We moved the move. You know, they moved the movie to June, and they'll
Yeah.
say, well, we're gonna shift back to November. Fuck it.
Yeah, because they still can, right? They still have that date there,
Yeah.
November. Yeah.
One thing I really want to know, though, is something we did talk about before. It's like, well, what did Edgar Wright have, and what made it so different that it didn't fit in the MCU?
Well, from
Here's
what I've
mine.
heard, he wanted to have like a more morally grey character, whereas
As Lang should
Marvel wanted it a
arguably be.
superhero movie.
Of course, of course.
As Scott Lang should arguably be because he is a criminal turned superhero. The thing that I was theorizing, and I'm not alone on this, is I wonder if working on the movie for so long, if the big difference that Wright and Marvel Studios eventually came down to was British comedy versus American comedy.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
Like, did he have a lot of wordplay in there? Did he spell color with a U? Did he mention the loo? Did they not like that?
I do feel like that was something in it just because that's what Edgar Wright does. You know what I mean? And yeah.
You call it a turlet like a God-fearing American or else.
Turlet.
They're like, get the fuck out of here, teacup. Because, you know, that's what they call him.
Thing is, not wrong.
And you spell color without that U, God damn it,
You know, he
Paddington
put the
Bear.
line in there where Scott Lang is sitting there. He's like, "Oh, I gotta go talk to my mom." And they're like, no,
Mom.
you're fucking out.
Gotta talk to my mom. Quick, put this in the boot of the car. Wait, don't you mean trunk? No, I mean boot. God damn it.
They literally took Edgar Wright and just threw him out the fucking window.
Here's your boot.
No, they threw him down the lift. Don't you mean elevator?
But
No,
guys,
lift, motherfucker.
I mean, clearly, this movie has been foreshadowed with DC logic since the Avengers. I mean, think about it. Nick Fury, Ant, Boot. They knew Edgar Wright was going to get kicked out.
Oh, it's all connected.
It's
I
all,
remember
dude,
when I
it's
saw
all been
article.
here. Like, this was all oh my god.
Now that you say that, you do know everybody is just going, holy shit, you blew my mind.
The minds are blown, man.
Wait, I don't get it. Explain it to me. I'm slow. I'm in the cheap seats.
Remember how Nick Fury said in Avengers, he's like, Ant, Boot, or whatever when he was talking to Loki?
He's like,
He
Ant-Man
predicted that the ant is going to get the boot.
Oh, it's all part of the plan.
Dude, it's all connected, man.
Oh my god.
Just what every DC person's all part of the plan. You pretentious piece of
Sean.
What?
It's not about money. It's about
sending a message.
Okay?
It
I
is.
fucking hate anyone that says that.
I use that in my comic 2 cents, actually. I like that one.
I hate it.
I like it. You know what, Sean? You need a message sent to you, Sean, is what you need.
I need an answering machine so I can
You
get
need
a
to go watch
message from
Dylan
all
Dog.
of you.
That's what you need.
No, what
I
we
need
need
to-
is Yoda Baby.
Yes,
No,
we
what
do.
we need is
Yoda.
we need
Wait,
Wait.
watch.
Wait. Is shitworm still a thing?
Well, Tom's not
What?
here, so he's not
We
here to
have
remind us.
neither of the Toms, both the
We can
Toms
just
bring up some
pretend
shit
Tom
rooms.
is here.
Tom has worked shitworms into all the podcasts he was on while
Well,
you were
okay,
away, so
Yeah.
I'm
very
gonna
proud.
work this in. Days of Future Past. Where's the plot?
I like
Hey,
it.
you know what? How about this? That's a good sign off, and we will be back this week to talk about Days of Future Past. Yeah, Past.
Plaque, yeah.
Days of Future Flash.
Wolverine gets Days of Future plastered.
So
Then hits
everybody,
the town.
go
God.
like us on
I would
Facebook.
love to see
Don't go to our website or Blip, because those probably aren't going to exist in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Well, there's
Fucking-
bad news for you. We'll talk about that soon.
What the fuck?